Welcome, everybody. My name is Ben Smith. I am the Marketing Content Manager here at What Counts. And today we have a webinar about strategizing for the post-holiday here. Today's webinar is going to be put on by our Senior Strategist, Fawn Young. And if at any point during the webinar you have a question, feel free to type it into the question box, and at the end we'll have a brief Q&A and see if we can address those. So I'm going to go ahead and hand it over to Fawn now.
Great, thanks, Ben. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining. Today's focus for the webinar, like Ben said, is on curing the post-holiday blues. So really it's the focus of the time frame right after Christmas and before New Year's Day. A few of the things that I'll talk about will carry past New Year's Day a little bit for a couple of these, but in general, the focus here is just really what can retailers and marketers do in that last week of the year to really try to capture additional revenue. So let's dive right in. We're going to first look at some 2015 post-holiday stats and some things that we saw, and then we'll talk about campaign ideas. A few of those touch on some specific industries, but then I have a lot of general that'll fit, I think, more for most attendees. So I'll kind of breeze through the travel-related type ones and try to get to the general campaign ideas. And then we have a couple of key takeaways for you, and then, of course, like Ben said, we'll take questions at the end if there are any. So jumping into the 2015 post-holiday analysis, so nearly half of shoppers plan to shop retailers after Christmas sales in stores and online. I don't think that's going to be too surprising to anyone. According to a poll run by the National Retail Federation, 65.9% of consumers said that they would be shopping or browsing the after Christmas sales. So that's a lot of people still in the buying mood, leading up to Christmas Day. It's just, emails, sales, a lot of competition in the inbox, just in general. And this stat is just showing that people are still in that buying and shopping mood after Christmas Day is done. So there's a lot of opportunity there to capture these people's interest and drive more revenue. And then, of course, holiday email messaging falls off quickly after the first week of January. There's a couple industries that do really well in January, which I'll touch on in a minute, but in general, most messaging falls off very quickly. So where do people shop? Mostly they'll be looking for those post-holiday deals in stores, but you can see 43% will be shopping online. So there's a lot of opportunity there to drive people to your website and your store versus your competitors, and using email to do that is going to be one of the best ways to reach them. As far as who is shopping, you can see the breakdown here. Some people start shopping very early for the holidays. They start shopping even before September, and you can see it ramps up in October, and then of course November is a very heavy month for holiday shopping. But in those months here, you can see the breakdown between men and women. So this could be helpful depending on what products you sell or what services you offer and who your most likely target market is. If there is a gender split with your products or your services, this could be helpful with who you can target and when you could target them, especially during the last couple of weeks of December, which is what we're really focused on here for this webinar. So you can still see people are shopping in those last couple of weeks of December, and we expect to see similar numbers this year. As far as the best offers, so deep discounts, which we're considering 50% or more, made up more than half of the offers that were given to consumers in that week after Christmas. We're expecting to see the same thing this year. And then just in general, the average unique open rate was almost 17%, and the average transaction rate was 0.5. So basically, big takeaway here is people are looking for those big offers, and those offers perform well. So this is a great time to do, clearance, clear out extra inventory, things like that. As far as last-minute shopping, so the highest volume of sales took place last year during Cyber Week, but in the days leading right before Christmas, we saw a growth with a lift of 22 to 32% for year over year. And really what this tells us is there's a trend of people waiting till last-minute shopping. It used to be more Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Those days were huge for sales, but now it's becoming more spread out in a broader time frame, and people are waiting out the deals to see, well, is it going to be even better? They've kind of become trained now to wait and see, well, what's the next best deal? Is it going to get better than it was for Cyber Monday? So that's definitely a trend that we're seeing. We don't expect to see any different this year. It'll be very interesting to see what kind of deals start hitting the inbox this year, especially after shipping deadlines have passed and things like that. Now, one thing that retailers can take advantage of during the holiday season is list growth. So in general, most companies see a boost in sign-up rates during the holiday season. That the email acquisition rates actually increased about 13% in the fourth quarter on average. And this makes sense because you've got a lot of people visiting websites that they might not frequent for themselves, but since they're buying gifts for loved ones, friends, things like that, they're checking out these different websites and things like that, and they will provide email addresses in order to, get the best deals in their inbox, or as part of the checkout process, they're entering in their email address. So this is a great time for businesses to start to capture the email addresses, make sure that if you've got a pop-up going, that it's working, it's triggering properly. Make sure you're asking for the email address early in the checkout process and things like that. But it's just a wonderful time to get in front of someone who doesn't necessarily know as much about your company, and begin to market them and try to convert them into not just a one-time purchaser, but a multiple purchaser. Now, I mentioned some industries, and one of them just in general is around travel. So according to the U.S. Department of Transportation, holiday travel increased, people who are traveling 50 miles or more away increased by 23% during Christmas and New Year's. And this makes sense when you think about it. People are traveling to see loved ones and things like that. But past that, more than 1/3 of people that responded to the survey said that they plan to vacation this winter more than 100 miles from home. And a lot of those people have already begun their research, even before November. And then, men age 18 to 34 were the ones that were kind of lagging behind with starting their travel planning, so they were a little bit of the procrastinators. But in general, both men and women, everyone's looking and just getting ideas of where am I going to go, what are the deals and things like that. Even if they aren't necessarily taking action and converting, they are starting to look. Now, after the holiday time frame, most Caribbean islands will slash rates to fill their rooms in the lull between New Year's Day and President's Day. A lot of school children are on midwinter breaks. It's a great time for families to get away and go somewhere warm and get away from, just the winter blues or the hustle and bustle of just all the holiday craziness. So this is something to keep in mind if what your products or services that you sell have to do with traveling and things like that. It's a great time to be getting in front of people, but then continue, especially into the last week of the year. And then as far as what offers worked for travel, specifically like travel agencies, dollar offers were top incentives compared to other offers. They saw a 14% higher open rate and 16% higher click rates. And then in general, the months of January, February, and March have higher click percentages for travel agencies. So this is a great time to be making sure that if you are a travel agency, you are getting in front of people during these months when they're really looking and starting to plan their travel. Great time to get in front of people. And then airline industry, kind of going along with travel. Okay, you're looking to get away. If you're in the airline industry, winter email campaigns generate both the highest open and the highest click rates for the year. And certain words, especially for hotels, well, in general, any industry can test this, right? But hotels have been shown that certain words can drive higher open and click rates. So, for example, hotel emails with the word escape in the subject line have 7% higher open rates and 9% higher click rates. So I would encourage, no matter what industry you're in, I would encourage testing different keywords and things like that within your subject lines to see what drives higher opens and higher click rates for your subscribers. In addition to this, hotel loyalty email programs saw higher engagement rates with a 49% lift in unique open rates. So I don't think that this is just for hotels. If you have loyalty programs, it's great to highlight those in the subject lines, but it's also great to segment those subscribers out separately and communicate to them on a different, more personal level than you do to people that wouldn't be part of your loyalty program, that are more just kind of general subscribers. So that's something to keep in mind, not just for hotels, but in general for everyone. And then hotel industry sees January as the highest open and click rates for the entire year. So people are looking to get away and they're looking to book. They're really, really active with this stuff in January. So whether they're booking for January, just a few weeks out, or whether they're booking for something later on in the summertime, January is definitely when they're most active with that kind of email. Now, as far as traveling and getting away and all of that, we've seen that, but there's also entertainment, especially during that last week of the year. People are looking to be entertained. They're looking to have a great time. They're looking to welcome in the new year. But entertainment means different things for different people. For some people, that might mean sitting around with the family on the couch and just kind of vegging out in front of the TV. And other people, it might mean getting out in their local community or getting out and having some kind of awesome exotic trip. Entertainment is just a wide encompassing thing. And with that said, after the holidays, a lot of ways that people are looking to entertain generally tend to be, trips to really cool locations or to visit loved ones, or having parties at home. And with that, they need to have parties, maybe catered to make it easier for them. They're looking for holiday prep ideas for those parties that they're having. And people are also going out and about, so you see increased limo and Uber use as well. So entertainment definitely plays a huge factor, especially into this last week of the year. And with that, 52% of millennials said that their holiday spending would be on experience-related type purchases. So, what those experience-related purchases are can vary widely, but for older consumers, it was 39% plan to spend on experience-related purchases. So, depending on what you're selling, you might need to speak to your audience a little differently with those experience-related type of things. As far as entertainment and food, about 3 in 5 millennials plan to buy clothes, entertainment, or food, and drink-related purchases. So out of those, 62% said they would purchase entertainment-related items, and 57% said they would purchase food and drink. And, that's great. We know what people are wanting to buy, but how are we going to market to them? And we'll get into that with some campaign ideas here shortly. As far as the dining industry, so last year, according to some research, consumer spending contributed its largest share to the GDP growth in a decade, and this was partly due to about $722 less that each household spent on gas last year. So people were saving money a little bit on gas. What were they spending that extra money on? Typically, they would spend it on clothing and things like that, but instead last year what we saw was that they were going out to eat, they were buying cars, and they were making improvements to their home. So a little bit of a shift in spending trends there last year, but with that said, spending on gifts definitely surpasses food and all those other things. by 6 times. So even though we're seeing a little bit of a shift, and it is interesting, gifts are still what people are spending their money on during the holiday season. Now, as far as the holidays for this year, something to take into consideration is that Christmas falls on a Sunday. So that could mean that we'll see more people than usual taking the Monday following Christmas Day off. Maybe their work is just closed, or maybe they're taking a day off or whatever, but they could likely be driving more traffic to, retail locations, websites, things like that than that typical day each year. And then also Hanukkah falls on the Saturday before Christmas this year. So it's likely that, with Hanukkah being an 8-day long holiday, it's likely that we'll see some Hanukkah shoppers kind of waiting till the last minute, knowing that, okay, after Christmas, we're going to be having these huge deals. I'm going to wait and see what the best last minute, deal I can snag would be, and instead of, doing a whole bunch of shopping ahead of Christmas Day, just because of where it falls this year. So that'll be interesting to see. And then in general, the day after Christmas is typically busy for retailers. People are in the stores returning unwanted gifts, but they're also going to use the gift cards that they've received. So we expect to see a lot of traffic both in stores and online. So now let's dive into what I think is the fun stuff and look at some top campaigns. So starting with travel, some ideas for post-holiday, that 1 week time frame after Christmas. Some ideas for some campaigns could be around needing a vacation. So I know tons of people that say, oh, I had a great vacation, but it was so busy, I feel like I need a vacation from my vacation. And that's kind of the spin that these emails could take. So post-holiday trips, they can be really popular, and they're a great way for subscribers to get off-season deals. What I would recommend is using any personalized data that you have on the subscriber to showcase the most targeted locations. So for instance, if you have browsing behavior data that you could populate dynamically into your emails, I would definitely recommend doing that so that it's a little more personal for the subscriber and would resonate more for them. If I'm looking for a getaway, I'm going to be looking for somewhere tropical. I'm a terrible skier, so I'm not going to be looking for somewhere snowy and cold. I'm going to want to go somewhere where it's warm and I can do some swimming or something. So if I was sent an email, with beautiful mountains and ski trips going on, it would not speak to me as much as something tropical. And if you have that browsing behavior data, you'd be able to target me specifically, which will just make your emails much more relevant and perform better. If not, that's okay. Your emails can still perform really well. Just go the route of highlighting popular destinations, or maybe some that you have your best deals on, maybe some that you just need to fill slots. So give some really great deals, and that could entice people to go ahead and snag those trips. And then everyone knows someone who has everything or is very hard to buy for. So what do you get those people? How about a gift trip? Or maybe we can't all afford to buy someone a whole trip, but we could help give them like a gift card towards that trip. This is a great type of thing for procrastinators to send, someone who's just like, all of a sudden it seems like the holidays caught up with them and they haven't yet purchased and they're going to see their loved ones, but not till after Christmas Day. This is a great type of campaign to send to snag those folks into conversions. And it really is the perfect gift for someone who has everything or is very hard to buy for. So if this could at all fit within what you sell, this would be a great campaign to pepper in for that last week of the year. And then, of course, traveling, like resolving to travel. So everybody has these great things that they want to do after the first of the year. And, I know everybody says they're going to exercise or travel more or, keep a journal or whatever it is. It's great to play off of that for this, last week of the year with the new year coming up. And in the travel industry, emails that encourage travel are a great way to play off that, give them the inspiration to want to travel. But if you're not in the travel industry, that's fine. You can just do a different take on this and give them, inspiration to want to, whatever you sell, right? So I love the example here on the right where they're saying be more adventurous, do something huge, those kinds of things. Just inspiration is key for these types of emails. And then last minute deals, especially around New Year's Day, right? You've got that, Christmas is just passed and maybe people want to get away, but they just didn't have time to plan it, things like that. This is a great campaign to send to try to get people enticed to take advantage of some last minute deals. So I would send this very soon after Christmas to allow those deal seekers to still have time to plan their trip, because it's more than just, an airline or a hotel or a train ticket or whatever. Like, you've got to plan everything and still have time to pack. So, send this out as soon as you can after Christmas. And a fun way of going about this campaign would be to put a layer of secrecy around the offer. So letting the subscriber know that this is an email-only offer. They need to act fast. It's not going to last long. There's limited spaces, that kind of thing. And then this campaign, What to Pack, this is a great campaign also if you have the ability to use dynamic content, if you know a little bit more about your subscribers, where they might be going, for instance, or what types of trips they've looked at on your site, giving them ideas of things to pack for their upcoming trip, and making it targeted toward them. If you can't, that's fine. You can just feature bestsellers in categories that work well, and put them together in a very appealing way like they've done here, that makes it just seem easy, fun, and just, ready to go. And then the last one, I think, for travel is around post-holiday blues. So, it's cold for a lot of the world for the Christmas time frame, and people are looking to get away. So you can really address that with a campaign dedicated to highlighting how they can beat those blues. So whether it's, pick-me-up type products, feel-good products, or if it's a trip to a warm location, just getting that in front of people during that last week is a great campaign. And I had one more for travel. This is actually geared more towards not necessarily last-minute trips like the New Year's type thing was, but this is really around, I mentioned earlier how people are interacting more with the travel-related emails during, January, and this is a time frame where people are looking. So trips that require a lot of upfront planning, like Disney. I know that firsthand. I went earlier this year. We were planning 6 months out, and we could have planned even further out than that. And there's a lot of locations that people go like that require a lot of upfront planning. And so if you have a location like that, it's a good idea to go ahead and get the information in front of subscribers when they're looking for those travel deals in their inbox starting in very late December and into January. And actually this works well for like Valentine's Day too. A lot of people like to go away for Valentine's Day. So messaging in that last week of December, starting to message then for Valentine's Day, which really isn't that far away at that point, is a great spin to put on it as well. So let's talk about entertainment. And this can go really for anything, not just entertainment. Taking the approach of doing something that's unexpected. So it might not work for every brand, industry, things like that, but the idea is really to do something outside of what you normally do that would grab your subscribers' attention. So, if you typically have a very serious tone to your emails or a more formal tone, it would be great to keep it light and fun for this email. And then you could do like they did in this example and pull from something well-known or from pop culture. So basically Hinge did this kind of ode to the office holiday party where they're basically saying, hey, don't take somebody you already know. Take a new date that you meet from our dating site. And it's just kind of a fun approach, and it's my understanding that this performed pretty well for them. So. Also with entertainment, last-minute parties. So I mentioned earlier folks who might be deciding to have a New Year's Eve party kind of last minute. This is a great type of campaign to send for people who have decided, yep, I need to have a party. This is actually Evite, so they could send an email invitation. But if you don't send email invitations, you can still take a spin on it where you're saying, providing inspiration within the email. So providing, here's party themes, here's how you could decorate, here's recipes for your party, here's a music list for your party. Whatever fits within whatever you sell, putting a spin on it for a holiday party could work well, especially for right after Christmas when people are able to take a quick breath since Christmas is over, and take a quick breath right before New Year's and get everything going for their party. And then another one around entertainment in New Year's is helping with resolutions. So sometimes people really need encouragement to get going with their resolutions, and an email like this one here in this example can really help do the trick. It highlights who they are, what they're about, and the inclusion of video really helps boost engagement. We see that all the time. Whenever video is included with an email, you can bet that that email is going to perform better than one when video is not included. And just be sure to let people know what to do next. Hey, time to get started on your resolutions. Here's how we can help, act now, that kind of thing. And then local events. So for those folks who want to get off their couch a little bit, but they don't want to go somewhere exotic, local experiences can be great for them. So if you can offer something like that up, be sure to send emails out about that, list out what's going on, why they should be excited to attend, what they can expect. If you can include some sort of an offer or incentive, that's great. That can definitely help with engagement. And just let people know how easy it is. Find tickets, buy now, see the deals, things like that. And then this one kind of goes more along the lines with the holiday, the holiday planning that I just mentioned with the Evite. This is kind of an extension of that. So party planning can be really stressful, and sometimes people just need a little bit of inspiration or a little bit of help. So these types of messages can highlight how you can help. So check out our free recipes. Here's drink mixes, or these drinks pair well with these foods, or these chocolates, and decorating tips and things like that. And then featuring your products or services that can complement the primary focus of the email would be great. So, hey, here's decorating ideas, and by the way, we have a team that can come help if you need it. Let us know, that kind of thing. Just make it easy for the subscriber to see the correlation and to want to take action. Now, food and dining industry, and this can go along really, it goes outside of dining, I think. Here's an example from Starbucks where they just kind of tagged this as Merry Monday. With Christmas Day landing on a Sunday this year, a great way to extend that holiday season feel is to create campaigns that are specifically for that following Monday. So I think Starbucks did a good job, like Merry Mondays, for this email a while back. But really what you want to do is give the subscriber a reason to choose to come to your location versus all the other restaurants or similar businesses in the area. And it could be something as simple as just a very cute, wording of your email and some sort of little incentive. It could be, if you don't have incentives, but you have a special guest or some sort of special event going on, highlighting that can help drive traffic. And just be sure to put that time limit on it to really drive in that sense of urgency. So like one day only, or, a couple hours that day, or whatever it might be. And then for dining, for New Year's, so a lot of restaurants offer special menus for certain big holidays or dates. And this could extend past restaurants too, if you want to have an open house in your retail location, or a spin on that for your website. Just be sure to announce the event prominently in your email and provide a link to the full menu or the full schedule of events and things like that. And then be sure to tout a time frame too if they need to make it. This is a great campaign to send, especially if you are a restaurant and you have some empty seats to fill for something like a special New Year's type of dinner or event that you're doing. This is a great campaign to send out. Hey, it's not too late, few seats left, that kind of thing, and really book up those last available slots. And then contests. So contests, again, this is one that can go outside of dining. I actually got a contest email in my inbox today that I wanted to try to include on this, but I didn't have time before the webinar started. But this one is around Starbucks again, and the contest they ran for members only to help drive subscriptions. So maybe I tell my friend about it. My friend has to subscribe to take part. They provide an incentive here. Here it's 5 people will win 1 beverage and 1 food item every day for 30 years. And basically it works with registered members getting a code each time they make a purchase, then they go online, play a game, and see if they've won. The contest email that I got in my inbox today was for something that I bought for my daughter for Christmas. It's a little kind of mermaid tail type blanket. I've seen them all over the place this year. But the company I bought this from, it's about a month or more ago, and the email they just sent today was about, hey, send us pictures, let us know how you're using your mermaid tail, and upload them on Facebook or Twitter and use this hashtag, and we'll pick 3 winners for a $100 gift card. I think that's a great campaign to save for after the holidays. And it's a great way to generate exposure for your products and your brand too, because you're encouraging people to post about your products, and then you're also rewarding, whether you reward 1 person or 20 people, it's up to you, but it's just a great easy way to get imagery, social interaction, and potentially drive some new subscribers and sales just due to kind of the word of mouth aspect there. So I think contests are great just in general for any industry. And here's another one for dining. After the holidays, people are out and about, they're shopping, making returns, spending their gift cards. They will get hungry. If you have a restaurant location, there's probably 50 other places that people could choose to eat at while they're out and about. So getting emails in front of them the morning of or even the night before, just, hey, we've got a deal going on, it's just going on tomorrow, or it's just going on today. So that limited time offer can help drive people in, and providing an incentive. So with restaurants, of course, free appetizers or free desserts are very popular. And then catering. So with the holiday parties, you can really showcase how you can help and what you have to offer via an email campaign. So, hey, you got a party, you need help, last minute help, leave the cooking up to us, that kind of thing. Feature imagery of your food, prominently let them know how long ahead of time they need to place the orders and contact you. And then a gift card push. Again, I have this under dining, but this could be more general as well. Gift cards are great gifts in general, especially for last-minute procrastinators. And restaurants tend to take advantage of this. Here we have a Chili's example that if you get a free card when you buy $50 in cards. So that's kind of cool, because maybe I get $50 in gift cards to give to other people, and then I can use that $10 for myself to grab a lunch or whatever. This, again, doesn't have to be just for dining. I think this can work for a lot of different industries. And now we're going to dive into general retail. So the look back email, this is really just around looking back at, you can see this example was from 2015, right? But this can work for any year. Looking back at the best of, you could highlight most viewed products, most popular products, top trends that we saw this past year. Highlight those products, potentially give discounts or some kind of an incentive around them, and drive more sales. And then a New Year's campaign. So we've all seen these in our inbox, and it should be an exciting type of campaign to get. It's very exciting. It's a new year, fresh start. A lot of times if a company has like extra product to get rid of, they feature that as like a blowout sale. If there's no big sale, that's okay. Just see if you can provide some sort of a discount or incentive. As always, percentage off, dollar off, and free shipping are popular. And again, with this email, you could go a general route, or you could highlight popular products from the previous year, or ones that you expect to be trending for 2017. And then a time limit, of course, helps too. So, save 25% off today only, or something along those lines. gift accessories and add-ons. So in that week after Christmas and before New Year's, we're going to have a lot of people that have got new gifts, and a lot of those gifts probably have accessories or things that complement that gift that they might not have received with the gift. So this is a great time to highlight, products that can just help boost whatever the gift is that they received. So if you know what someone purchased, great, and you have the ability to populate dynamically, what the accessories are for that specific product, that's great. But a lot of companies can't do that right now. So featuring accessories for your top 5 or top 10 products of the season could be a more general way to go around it and still get information in front of people that could be very useful for them and drive sales. And then product recommendations like upsells and cross-sells. In general, they are responsible for an average of 10 to 30% of e-commerce revenues. So we can't discount product recommendations. They really do sell. And then back in stock. So during the holidays, a lot of things go out of stock. Potentially there's things that have been more popular than the retailer expected, and unfortunately they run out during the holiday season. So once those items are back in stock, it's time to highlight those in an email campaign. And I would showcase what was out of stock very prominently in the email and remind them that it's back in stock. And then to add a sense of urgency, to say these won't last, they went fast last time, those kinds of things. But this is a great campaign to send right after Christmas if you've got this inventory back in. When people are still in that buying mood and they're still looking for products, they're looking for deals and things like that, capitalizing off this type of a campaign is a great idea. And then as far as free shipping, so 75% of customers say they would ship to another retailer if shipping was not free. So really offering free shipping is somewhat of a must these days if you can, and it will help provide an advantage over your competitors. So to really make your campaign stand out, offer free shipping with no threshold, because we see it a lot with, like you can see here in the Avon example, free shipping on any $25 order. So if you want it to stand out from your competitors, try doing it with no threshold. I've worked with a lot of companies where that's just not possible, and that's okay. Just go with whatever threshold you have to. If it is possible, I would recommend combining free shipping with another type of offer, like Avon's done here, free shipping, and then a percentage or a dollar off. And another thing to try is if you want to help boost some sales or boost the average order value, I should say, try free shipping just above your average order value, just slightly above it, so that people have to add a little bit more to their cart in order to get that free shipping, and maybe that can help make up for some of the free shipping that you're giving away. And then, of course, there's the after holiday sales. This is a great way to clear out extra inventory that has accumulated during the holiday season. These types of emails typically generate excitement with your subscribers because they see these sales and they're like, oh, this is a good deal. They're familiar with your products and your pricing and things like that. And they really see these as like a great deal and a time to snag those products. So be sure to discount merchandise, highlight your popular products, and put put a time limit around it. And something else too is, let's give something to your subscribers. Let's reward them for being loyal subscribers. And so a way to do that is to give them early access to the deals. So if you're going to open it up to everybody tomorrow, maybe tonight you send the email saying, early access, for the next 12 hours, it's just for you, that kind of thing. And then Boxing Day. So this is not necessarily a holiday that's big here, but as you can see, J.Crew took an approach on Boxing Day. And in general, Boxing Day emails have 22% higher open rates and more than double the transaction rates of other promotional mailings sent during that same time period. So if you're going to send a campaign on that day, go ahead and just put the Boxing Day spin on it and make sure you're touting that in the subject line as well to help boost those open rates. I would offer major discounts combined with some clearance sales, And then anytime you can do something to grab attention, such as using animation or video within your emails, can only help. And then as far as that last week, after Christmas, a lot of people, I know my husband's ready to take down the Christmas tree the day after Christmas. I like to leave it up a little longer. But in general, people start to think about getting the holiday decorations down, and they have to store them. So if you sell products that could help people with holiday storage, this is a great time to start messaging them right during that last week of December, and let them know how you can help, showcase your products that can help, highlight ways that you can make packing up their decor easier, like 1, 2, 3 type of emails and things like that. And then gift card redemption. So 72% of customers will spend more than the value of their gift card that they received. And because of this, you really want to encourage subscribers to redeem their gift cards. You want to get them in the store and spending more money than they have in that little card in their hand. So in general, often gift card redemption is in the form of secondary banners on emails, like you can see in that Brooks Brothers example. But the last week of the year is a great time to dedicate an entire message to gift card redemption to really grab your subscribers' attention and remind them, hey, come in store, bring that gift card, shop our great deals. Okay. And then another great general campaign is Get What You Really Wanted. So everybody gets gifts during the holidays, and sometimes you have something that you really wanted and you don't get it. So this is a great time to spoil yourself. Take advantage of those after holiday deals and sales. So there's a stat here around millennials. They spend less on others and more on themselves. So 18 to 34-year-olds plan to spend $106 on themselves and $368 on others. But basically where this is going is millennials are spending more and more on themselves each year and looking for those deals online. And this is a great time to just say, hey, get what you really wanted. So as far as the takeaways, more and more consumers are waiting until after Christmas to shop, and they're taking advantage of post-holiday deals. So if you don't have anything planned for that week between Christmas and New Year's Day, now's the time to go ahead and get those campaigns put together. Hopefully you've got everything planned out till Christmas Day, but definitely look at taking advantage of that last week of the year. It's not too late to capture people. They are shopping. They are looking online. They are paying attention to their inbox. And post-Christmas shoppers, they're looking for discounts. They are looking for free shipping. So be sure if you can at all offer that free shipping, that might be just a little bit of edge that you get over them going to one of your competitors. And then experience-related purchases such as travel, entertainment, dining, those are becoming more and more popular both during the holiday time frame and in the time frame directly after the holidays. So if that falls within the products or services that you offer, it's definitely a great time to be making sure that you're getting in front of people. And then lastly, just really take advantage of the top post-holiday campaigns. You might want to make sure you stand out in the inbox. So whether it's testing out which verbiage works better in your subject line, or incorporating video or animation within your emails, making them dynamic so that they're more personalized, if you have the ability to do that, anything you can do to really stand out in the inbox is only going to help. And that is all I have. So let's see if there's any questions.
Great. Thank you, Fawn. So we do have a few questions that are kind of case specific. So we'll be reaching out to those individuals personally. So thank you again, Fawn, and thanks for joining us today on this webinar.
Thank you, everyone.